All right. Hello, everybody. This is Devin of Defcon Economics once again. This is episode number 7, and I have decided to entitle it Silver Zen. Well, my goodness, aren't we looking just such a beautiful picture? And this is titled Silver Zen because I know that I have learned a lot from people older than myself, and if there's one thing I've learned, particularly from somebody named Rick Rule, whom I both learned things from and I have disagreements with. But if there's one thing I've learned, but particularly from people like him, it's that silver and gold as things that you might purchase do not react the way you might expect them to. But they do their job. And he's made a point that if the gold bug is depressive, then the silver bug is an absolute manic schizophrenic, right? What that means is that if you invest in silver, sometimes you will see the price get absolutely hammered on inflation news, or on bullish news, or on bearish news, or on any kind of news. Silver just seems to drop off cliffs, right? It could be climbing the stairs all the way up from, let's see, currently we're floating somewhere at 22.93 at the time of this recording. Who knows, in a week it might be all the way up to 28 and drop $5 in a week. It's annoying. It's irritating. We all know why it happens. There's blatant market manipulation in silver. On top of that, there are just people who make money trading both sides. On the one side, flipping the metal for a profit, on the other side, perhaps shorting the metal for a profit. From the banks down to smaller guys who just look at charts and that's what they do, to the algorithms that run massive hedge fund, accounts. And I wanted to do what I could in this video to soothe the savage silver beast for a reason. Because a lot of the times in these days of Bitcoin and Shiba Inu and real estate and the stock market and almost everything but gold and silver going up, it can be frustrating, especially if you, as some put it, ape in. And so this video, I really want to act as a refocusing point for you, maybe, to remember a couple of things. Silver isn't really an investment, although you could call it that. Some people do. I personally, just in my own opinion, do not call it that and don't consider it one. But I do think of it as insurance. And the reason is that silver has some facts around it that support it as insurance, as a money, and against inflation and hyperinflation. 5,000 years, as Andy Schectman points out, as wealth. Central banks buy and send each other gold, and they don't really do it with silver because it gets absolutely devoured in industry. And frankly, if all these banks actually sent each other what silver there is, it would probably break the COMEX. And I'm sure there will be in the future revealings of silver holdings, similar to what Palantir did with the gold it bought. So it's got 5,000 years, history is money, banks trade gold, silver has been a money, gold has been a money, so we need to recognize, guys, that we are on the right side at the end of the tunnel, okay? What's going on right now is that the shorts are getting more massive. The shorts against the metal, silver, are getting huge. Billions of ounces traded per day. There's almost no other metal. In fact, no, there is no other metal with that many contracts traded for or against it. And so there's a lot going on here, guys. It gets hard if you spend 75 20% of your income on silver and you watch it drop the next day or in the following week or over even a month or two, that's even worse, a month or two long grind down, right? It hurts. But guys, you first of all, let's just talk about a couple of smart ideas here. Let's talk about dollar cost averaging. Did you make a $350 check? Spend 10% of it on silver. What's 10% of 350? 35. Spend 35 bucks, get 1 ounce. Do you get that twice a month from your paycheck? Okay, you get 2 ounces. Over 10 months, you've got 20 ounces. That's what you were able to do. That's okay. It doesn't have to be an ape-in process. You know, this isn't a get-in, get-out game. Though I recommend buying when it's cheaper as opposed to more expensive. Dollar cost average. Another way to look at it is if you get money that maybe you didn't expect, money that's maybe extra, money that you might have been looking at a vacation or a new TV, iPhone, anything at all, anything in the, $300, $400, $500 range that was a fun electronic or thing for you this Christmas, you could spend half of that on silver and just get something maybe a little less expensive, or just if it's a $600 item, get yourself something that's $500 and take that 100 and get 3 ounces of silver. What's it hurting? Now that to me sounds like a rational way to accumulate some silver. And I'm not saying to anybody who buys silver in large amounts expecting quite a handsome appreciation of their capital with that silver. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying for the people out there who get frustrated, who thought they were going to buy silver and maybe it was going to go to the moon, I think that, for example, like the silver squeeze movement isn't a bad thing, but I do think maybe it leaves the impression sometimes that we were going to squeeze this thing and it was going to go Bitcoin, AMC, and all these things. And in my personal opinion, later on, it certainly will. But it's only going to happen when it's going to happen, guys. There's no timing this event. There's many different, pieces of this machine that are all kind of either grinding or halting, or then they start back up. If you listen to Andy Schechtman, mint closures, mint shutdowns, allocations of metals, and they don't have all of it for some people and they have it for others. The Perth Mint not having anything, and they're allocated and pool allocated, as Rob Keynes proved with another auditor. All these different things, right, that are going on in the silver markets and the precious metals markets. If you're laser focused in on all this and all you do is watch price, it can be absolutely over time devastating to your soul a little bit. You might think, good Lord, I heard all this amazing stuff 10 years ago. It went to $50 in 2011. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to get into Bitcoin. And fine, for some people, Ronnie Stoufferle of the In Gold We Trust report, I believe Incrementum is the company that puts it out. He makes a fantastic analogy. If you want to drive a sports car or a Ducati motorcycle, you're going to get to where you want to go faster. It costs a lot more. It's prettier. You get to talk about it. It's nice. But it just costs a lot more. And yes, it will get you there faster. But if you want something that's reliable and will no matter what get you there all the time, well, maybe you buy a little less expensive of a car, but with better long-term engineering, okay? That's the difference between like silver and gold, the turtle, if you will, that won the race, and things like Bitcoin, the stock market. By the way, I'm not hating on crypto. Bitcoin, the stock market, and things like that are moving faster than them. Well, they're doing that because that's directly where currency is flooding into. If it's Bitcoin, a lot of people see it as a safe haven. I'm not making an argument one way or the other about it. I don't care to wade into that. I'm just saying that some people see it as that, so they go for that. Other people are trying to speculate, so they look at things like, Doge and Shiba Inu, or stocks or property or real estate in general. You can even speculate on commercial property these days. There's mining stocks, there's all these different things. Life offers a variety. They say variety is the spice of life. There's a lot that other people are looking at other than silver. There's just a lot, guys. It's a fact. People have been pushed out of silver. They've been flushed out over the grinding periods. So something to understand is that this is cheap insurance, okay, while this is going on, okay? Remember, this is your Silver Zen here. This is your Silver Zen. This is your Silver Zen. I'm finding peace just watching this. I really am. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. My stomach is unclenching. My heart is relaxing. I see that I'm on the right side of 603 trillion reasons to not be looking everywhere but precious metals. I'm right where I want to be, right over here, just relaxing, taking it easy, found and finding my Silver Zen. Okay, so back to our Zen picture. Closing thoughts for the Silver Zen episode. Guys, you're doing something fantastic. There's not a single silver podcast that can ignore you. Wall Street Silver is fantastic. If you're just a silver lover, precious metals lover, hard money advocate, an Austrian economist, you just believe in prosperity and freedom and the right to the pursuit of happiness, you're on the right side of where history for 5,000 years has always gone. You really are there. It's going to take time. Rome didn't collapse in a day. It didn't. And it certainly wasn't built in a day either. These are 100-year cycles, 20-year cycles, massive patterns, okay? Just stay calm. And just like on a roller coaster ride, how you can see both the dips and the rises, learn how to breathe in and breathe out on this ride and look for the dips and the rises. And I did a video just before this called Sharing the Love Once More, where I shared a couple channels where that's all these people do, show you the dips and the rises and how to stay calm. Let's go back to this real quick. Remember, this is your Silver Zen. 28, almost 29 trillion Silver Zen reasons. 603 Silver Zen reasons. And look over here, guys. Remember, huge shorting against the metal, both of them. Remember, the dollar to silver ratio, that's just the US dollar to silver. Okay, guys? So, hopefully this has been in any way helpful. Hopefully I helped anybody recenter themselves, find their Silver Zen, and make sure you just continue to stack at an appropriate pace as you need to. Don't be part of the FOMO. Don't fear missing out. Maybe have a little bit of everything. Follow people like Gregory Mannarino, who know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing in the stock market, so I don't touch it. He knows exactly what he's doing. Follow people like Lynette Zhang and Mike Maloney, George Gammon. There's all sorts of people out there that are itching to educate you, and they're not trying to sell you anything. You don't need to buy anything from these people. They just want you to learn, okay? And these people have been incredibly accurate and incredibly kind in their time. Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money, 1 through 10, those episodes cost him millions of dollars. And he did it anyway. It wasn't some giant marketing campaign for his own company. I mean, sure, it operates as like de facto marketing, but you need to think about the fact that he's literally walking you through those steps. So if you could do anything to relax yourself, go back and watch that. Re-educate yourself. Check your thesis. Find your Silver Zen. Check the debt clock. Remember that silver is an anti-debt unit, okay? So is gold. In fact, really most commodities are kind of anti-debt units. So if you were on the fence, if you were about to jump boat, hopefully we reeled you back in and you're relaxed, you're calm, you remember why we're here, you remember what you're doing, and we're all good. If not, hey, that's okay. I'm going to keep trying, keep doing everything I can to make good videos for you guys. So, I hope you found your Silver Zen. I hope this wasn't just a giant rambly, nonsensical episode. I hope it helped. And just remember, stay calm, stay rational, stay educated, keep learning. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone if you don't know it. Look it up. The internet is providing the most massive educational tool to you that you may have never used. So use it to your advantage and educate yourself when all learning is going online, even colleges. Educate yourself. They don't even have SAT crap anymore, hardly. Educate yourself. All right, guys, thanks for staying with me. I hope I helped. This has been Devin of Defcon Economics, episode number 7, Finding Your Silver Zen, or Silver Zen, as it will be titled. Thanks for being here with me. I'm signing off.